Breaking news, folks, breaking news. We just finished watching Cars 3 and I want to make this video as fast as I can to tell you what happened. This is a spoiler alert video, so if you don't want to see what happened, stop watching right now. So let's set the scene. They're at Florida International Raceway for the Florida 500. Jackson Storm is leading the pack of racers. Now I'm using all the old racers from Cars 1 because I don't have the ones from Cars 3 yet. And Smokey is actually the crew chief for Lightning McQueen. And Lightning McQueen is snaking his way through the pack. He's working his way to the front, and a huge accident occurs back here, and the yellow flag comes out. Lightning comes to the pits. Okay, change him up, says Smokey. Guido rushes over to change the tires on Lightning, and Lightning realizes there's no way he can beat Jackson Storm. Jackson Storm was just too fast for him, and he tells Guido to put the racing tires on Cruz Ramirez. That's right, folks. In the middle of the race, Lightning decides to give up the race. And Smokey said, "What are you doing?" And he said, "It doesn't matter." He said, "As long as number 95 is racing, it doesn't matter what car it is, we can still go back and race with Cruz as me, number 95. Are you sure?" "Yes, that's what I want to do," said Lightning. He realized he could not beat Jackson Storm. So Ramon rushed in and put number 95 on Cruz Ramirez in nice red spray paint. I don't have the actual Cruz Ramirez number 95, so I used Play-Doh to make number 95. Next thing you know, Cruz rejoins the race after the end of the yellow flag. The pace car was leading the pack, and Cruz rushes out just in time to get in front of the whole crowd of cars and makes her way around back and comes up behind all the racers. She's now last of the pack, making her way through, and Smokey's giving her directions. And Lightning was there. "No, tell her to do this, and tell her to do that." And he was there. "No, I can't say that." But every time he would say something to Cruz, he would speed up. She would speed up and go faster, and making her way through the pack. He was giving her all kinds of tips that Lightning knew would help to make her win. And he said, "Tell her she's a cloud." Lightning said, "Tell her she's a cloud." Smokey said, "No, I'm not going to do that." Now here, folks, here is the spoiler alert. Are you ready for this here? Next thing you know, "You tell her," says Smokey. And Smokey got off the stand. Lightning McQueen was back up on the stand, and Lightning McQueen is now the crew chief. Can you believe it? Lightning McQueen is not racing, but is now the crew chief for Cruz Ramirez. Cruz Ramirez loves the fact that Lightning is giving her all the right tips and makes her way through the pack and freaked out Jackson Storm. Storm tried to discourage Cruz by telling her she couldn't race here, she can't race, she never will be, and pushed her up against the guardrail. And as the car is going up against the guardrail, she remembered a move Doc did back one of his previous races, hit the guardrail, flew up in the air, landed over here, and won the race. Cruz won the Florida 500. It was unbelievable. And the spoiler alert, folks, like I said, Lightning McQueen was the crew chief for Cruz Ramirez. Now get this, here's the thing. When the announcement came as to who won the race, Lightning McQueen and Cruz Ramirez are both called winners of the race because they both entered the race. So that's the amazing part, and the funny part of the whole story now is Lightning McQueen doesn't have to quit racing because the deal was if he won the Florida 500, he wouldn't have to quit, but if he lost, he'd quit racing. And now Dynaco Tex offers Cruz a deal to be the sponsor for Dynaco. This, folks, was an amazing turnout because now we don't know if it's a Cars 4, will Lightning become another racer again or a crew chief, because this was the most amazing part. Now I don't have this official car yet. This is what I made. I took the headset from one of my maters, crew team mater. So there is Lightning McQueen with the headset. I just made him up. Hey, welcome back to part 2 of our spoiler video for Pixar Cars 3. Here's our ticket. We went to see it as soon as it came out. And if you saw the video or you didn't see it, Cruz Ramirez is actually Lightning McQueen's trainer. And near the end of the race, the big Florida 500, Lightning realized he couldn't get past Jackson Storm, so he pulled into the pit. And believe it or not, he changed places with Smokey, and Lightning became crew chief for Cruz Ramirez, and she won the race. Okay, if you saw that video, thank you very much. If you didn't, if you click up here, you'll see a little button there. Just click that. It'll take you right to the video where we gave the full spoiler. Now this is part 2 of our spoiler, and I want to show you what happens here. First of all, you have to realize that Doc Hudson played a huge part in Cars 3, even as a memory, because Lightning kept thinking of Doc. He actually went back and found Doc's old crew chief, Smokey. And Smokey gave Lightning all kinds of tips to help him, especially on the dirt track, how to steer and everything. And that's how Doc learned. And Cruz Ramirez played a huge part in the show. She was Lightning's trainer, and Lightning didn't want to listen to Cruz. He wanted to do things his own way. So Cruz really wanted to be a racer. So Lightning helped Cruz, and she won the Florida 500. Now at the very end, as a touching tribute to Doc, all the cars were out by Willie's Butte, and Lightning McQueen comes out with a new paint job. The same paint job as Doc Hudson, the fabulous Lightning McQueen. Check that out. Isn't that beautiful? And here's a better picture. There's the picture of remote control racer, turbo racer, fabulous Lightning McQueen, and we're going to get that someday. But right now, we don't have that car. We have Lightning McQueen, and we have Play-Doh. So we're going to put red, oh, he has red wheels, not to change that. We're going to put a coat of blue Play-Doh all over Lightning to make him look like fabulous Lightning McQueen. Okay, now here's what we have. Look, we have beautiful blue Play-Doh that matches. I'm going to get my tile out so we can spread it very thin. Every car turned out to watch because we don't know how this is going to turn out ourselves. There's Lightning, and there's our blue Play-Doh. Let's spread it out and make it really thin. Okay, I got a little roller I can roll that really thin. I'm going to try and use a can of silly string to get it really thin. There, that's a really thin layer of Play-Doh. Now I'll bring Lightning McQueen over. We're going to drop this right on top of Lightning, and we're going to try and form it to make it look like Doc Hudson. Here goes. So far so good. Now let's cut out his eyes. And now we'll put some headlights on, little white pieces of Play-Doh right there and there. Alright, that looks pretty good. Now I'm going to put almost like a Rusty's logo on the hood. It's not going to be spelled out because it'd be too hard. So I'm just going to put a blue piece of Play-Doh right there, and for the spoiler on the back it has Rusty's. I'm just going to put a little bit of Play-Doh across the spoiler, yellow Play-Doh. That would say Rusty's, and on the back it says 95 right here in the corner, and it has fabulous Lightning McQueen on the side. Now check that out. That's a pretty good Play-Doh impersonation of Doc Hudson colors on Lightning McQueen. What do you think, guys? Is that pretty cool or what? We now have fabulous Lightning McQueen and a regular Rusty's Lightning McQueen. So that's pretty cool. Now you know at the end of Cars 3, Lightning McQueen takes on Doc's colors, but he keeps his number 95. He keeps his own number. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you like this video of me making the Play-Doh Doc Hudson out of Lightning McQueen. That's awesome. Thanks very much for watching, and I hope you get to see Cars 3. It's awesome, and it's going to be around for a long, long time, and possibly left open the fact that there could be a Cars 4 in the future with Lightning McQueen as a crew chief or a racer with Cruz Ramirez. Who knows? The mystery is there, folks. And who knows, maybe we'll see Smokey again and Mater again. Well, Mater was in Cars 3 a lot, right from the very start. He was great. And tell us what you think of the movie.